Hi everyone and welcome to the 15th episode of Locker Room Talks, where we discuss some interesting NHL news and events. And today we are going to discuss Mike Babcock's firing from Blue Jackets. That's so interesting. That's a boom. I don't really know much about it. I've heard a lot, I've read a lot, but I can't say anything why Babcock left the Blue Jackets. So, what's going on? At the first meeting with the players, Babcock asked to show him photos on the phones to know them better off the ice. Like Boone Jenner said that he asked for some family photos, for some photos on his phone. Johnny Gaudreau said it, and both of them said that there is no problem. Babcock showed them his family. Johnny Gaudreau and Jenner showed their families, and there's nothing more. They just showed some photos, and then they went to the summer hockey moments to discuss. But then at the podcast, I don't remember exactly the name. Guy said that Babcock is a crackhead and he needs to chill because that's not how it goes. That's not how it works. Then the Blue Jackets made a statement like there's nothing wrong, everything fine, and so on. Then Jenner made statement like there was nothing that I count as some bad habit or something like that. And Babcock made a statement that I just asked for some photos, nothing more. I just wanted to know them better off the ice. Then there was an information about Babcock showing these photos on a big screen to everyone who were in this room. That's so interesting. Then NHLPA, National Players Association, started investigation about it. And then they knew that some players, few young players, were unhappy with that. That's so interesting because while their captain says that that's normal, that's alright, Gaudreau says that's alright, and some players really were unhappy with that. Why? If he just wants to know them off the ice, like if you don't want to show these photos, you can not to show it. And you just can say like, I'm not happy with that, I don't want to do this, that's all. But if I understood this correctly, they showed it, those young players, and we don't know who it is. But the thing is, then NHL started to investigate it, and Mike Babcock left his head coach place at the Blue Jackets, while captain was happy with that. And what's the matter? What's really the matter of this leaving? I don't really know. And in my opinion, and Babcock and Jenner and the whole Blue Jackets Association just knows more than we do. Because maybe there is something that we don't know that Jackets and Babcock don't want us to know. Maybe that's the point. Because in my opinion, when NHL started to investigate it, Babcock realized that he has something to cover, and I think that he has something to cover, and he decided to leave only just to not show everything, because that's not everything. If he just asks for photos, that's not the problem, that's not a crime. That's normal. And in my opinion, that's really, there is nothing to worry about if you just ask to show some photos. If player wants to, he will show. If he doesn't, then he will not. So that's not the point. The point is he did something that we don't know about. Because if you remember, in 2016 he coached Maple Leafs, and he had an accident with Marner. He asked Marner to rank every player about their work on the practice, and then he showed this list to the guys who were the last of this list in Marner's opinion. That's dumb. That's really dumb. And the Blue Jackets are really in trouble because they wanted Babcock to coach them. And their GM as of right now is on a hot seat because while there was a lot of coaches, great coaches like Laviolette was free. He was really free. And I remember some guys were free, like Daryl Sutter was free. He had no team. And I don't remember his name of the Jackets GM, but he's Finnish. And this guy decided to make a bet on Mike Babcock. He really invited him here just to make this organization better because, in my opinion, Jackets have everything to become a great association as of right now. But they really needed a great coach because after Tortorella left, there was no good coach. And they decided to invite Babcock. That was really great decision. It looked like it. But as of right now, while Babcock has really did something strange that we don't know about and he left because of it, we really see that this GM missed. He really missed because he could invite Laviolette, Sutter, or Galan even, because Galan, if I'm not mistaken, was free. But maybe I am just I don't know. So he could invite any other great coach that was free at the moment. He decided to make a bet on Mike Babcock. He missed it. So as of right now, Blue Jackets losing 1 year. But I don't know. They have a new coach who a GM, not a GM, head coach of Manitoba Moose for 5 years, and he was an assistant coach for last 2 years. So maybe that's good because this guy knows everything about this team. But Babcock, maybe he could really show us something interesting. But as of right now, he left, and Blue Jackets really need to do something with that because this new coach have so small amount of time, a little amount of time, and he will be in trouble. But he's not guilty with that. He is not the reason why Jackets will be bad this season, I think. The reason is Mike Babcock. And about this situation, I just want to tell that that's a normal when a new coach wants to know his players better. There is nothing wrong with that. Maybe he just needed to try some methods of it, like playing golf together, have a dinner together, maybe some conversations on practice, maybe some, bus ride to some museum, something like that, but not just showing photos. And in my opinion, Babcock did something that we don't know about. That's why he left. Because if we will take only these photos, there is nothing why you should fire him. He did not any kind of crime. That's normal. We just need to discuss something that we don't know because Babcock left himself. He left by himself. He said that I don't want to make some noise, and I know that if I will stay, this will take a lot of attention to myself, not to game. That's why he left. But I think that Babcock left only because NHL knows something, because the league started to investigate this, and some young players maybe told the league something that we don't know. But I think that we will know it, because Mike Babcock is the guy who I think is over. He will not be a head coach of any NHL team anymore. At first, he's old. He's really old. I really think that, at first, I think I was the only guy who, all right, not the only, but I thought that the hiring of Mike Babcock is a dumb idea because Babcock was without a job for 5 or 6 years. That's so dumb. And this guy didn't coach anyone for 6 years. He's not that clever, in my opinion. He's old, and he will play his old system. Yeah, he won Olympics, he won Stanley Cup, he won World Cup, but that's not the things that working on the ice, because you need to show us some system that you will try to make on the ice. But what do we see? We didn't see anything, and we will not see anything. But I should say that this guy, if he would stay, he would not show us anything interesting. That's my point. So that's so interesting, and I think that we will discuss it during the season because we will know something more during the time. But as of right now, that's all I wanted to discuss with y'all. Thank you for listening. Hear you soon.